All right, we're back with our weekly meeting between me and Vlad to talk about AEW. I feel like at some point I'm holding you against your will here, huh?
No,
You don't want
no,
to like.
no. I wouldn't word it that way. I'm watching.
I mean,
I'm watching.
it wasn't that bad, was it? Come on, was it bad? Was it a bad week?
It was. It wasn't the worst, but it was pretty bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It wasn't.
I
There
mean,
was some
yeah.
stuff worth watching on this. I think.
Oh
It
yeah.
wasn't like nothing. It wasn't like a complete garbage show that like, all right, it was like let's
Oh,
like we're waiting for that point where it's like, okay, let's quit
I don't
wrestling
know.
again, you know? Like it's not worth our time.
I mean, honestly, I could get there if things continue as they are, but we'll see.
But we have MJF. We have MJF,
Yes,
right? I mean, come on. As long as there's an MJF segment, it's a show worth watching, I think, too, in my opinion.
I agree that the segments that he's in are the best, and he makes the show worthwhile. I will go along with that. Yep.
Yeah, so if he wasn't there, this would be a terrible show, I think. It would have been pretty much a D minus F type of show, I guess. I don't know. But, all right. Well, let's just jump into it. It's Quantum
Yeah.
Flux podcast, wrestling edition. So we're starting with AEW Dynamite, April 12th, 2023. And
That's right.
starts off with Darby Allin against Swerve Strickland, and Darby's in this main event picture. They're trying to give all these three pillar guys some matches at least, right? To make them look like they can contend for the title and give them some wins.
Hmm.
So it's pretty
Hmm.
obvious. I mean, I missed Rampage, so I mean I guess there was a lot on there. It said Darby Allin got hit by a car or something like that, and I'm like, what?
Wait.
At least show this. Like, what the heck? You didn't.
No, I don't think he got hit by a car. I think he was attacked by Swerve and now Prince Nana and Brian Cage. I don't. That's
No,
they joined as a pack.
I heard Excalibur say 2 times that he got hit by a car last week. Maybe at home, like at home or something. I don't know. Maybe he was doing one of his
That's just what
stunts.
he. That's just what he does. That's every Tuesday. That doesn't matter. That's just like me saying I went to the bathroom. That's for Darby. You know, like that. That's irregardless. That's who cares. I can't believe the masked idiot said that. But anyways, okay.
All right, so they showed a review of Rampage at least because for
Yeah.
guys like me who missed it, I was kind of busy, but I picked up some extra shifts last week, and honestly, I really needed this show to be good, man, because I've been struggling, man. I was working all day, and this is my only form of happiness. Goddamn AEW.
Oh,
So
you poor bastard.
so
What a life! What a life you must live.
yeah, I need this to be good, man. So Swerve joined with the with the embassy, and now they're the Mogul Embassy. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I-
Whatever. Who cares?
So
Not who cares, but like, yeah, in a sense, who cares? But like, it doesn't matter. The Swerve thing is just doesn't matter. It's a side story that that we would be watching in like a show that we would want to just like not. We want to get back to the main story type of thing. Who cares?
yeah, we'll talk more about that later because it comes back. But so
That's right.
I know. So Darby's shot out of a cannon. He's
Oh my
immediately
God.
starts with every move he does, which is nice stuff.
That's it.
He does it really well, but he does it every single time. I'm
Right.
I'm with the old school guys who would say save some of that crazy stuff for bigger matches. Okay.
Right.
But Darby's doing whatever he can here to win, even biting Swerve. He's getting dirty, and I'm just going through my notes for this match, seeing if there's anything.
Yeah.
I mean, Sammy and Jungle
Well,
Boy are watching in the back.
I just made one note. They've been fighting in the outside for seemingly minutes, and Audrey's like, "Why? Like, she's on one. They've been outside for like the whole time. I'm losing. I'm forwarding. I'm forwarding for a second, for minutes, and she's like 2. Like,
Well, she
what is
forgot.
happening?
She forgot to
She
count.
forgot.
So you got to start.
I'm like-
She doesn't know where she's at, so she's got to start at 1, right?
I'm I'm like, is she crazy? One. But anyways, I just thought that was funny for me. I don't know. And the other thing I had a quick note. Yeah, the pillars were watching whatever. They were all watching. But that reverse hurricanrana that was done on, I think, on the outside is such a ridiculously dangerous. I don't understand how anybody would agree to take that. That is a ridiculously insane move to take, especially when you're going. I mean, I think it's dangerous either way. But on the outside, from inside the ring to the outside, to do a reverse hurricanrana is an insane move. Okay, I just wanted to throw that out there. That was a big spot in that match. But
Darby does all kinds of crazy shit. That's why I always think they should put the title on him now, because how long is this guy gonna last for? Just give him a title run before he dies, I say. But yeah, about Aubrey, I think she had kind of an off night. I mean, I was noticed a couple things, like she's between her and whoever's supposed to interfere in the match, like they're supposed to do it while she's not looking. And then they messed, like there was one here where the guy, what's the guy's name from the embassy, like tries to help and puts Swerve's foot on the rope, but Aubrey's like staring right at him, like oh
yeah. Was it what's his name? That guy Nana?
Yeah. Who I kind of like, I guess, but I don't know. There's a little coordination issue here, but okay, whatever. So yeah. Darby wins. He pins him with the Last Supper, like a tight roll-up type of thing, and he wins.
That's what he calls that one, the Last Supper.
Yeah, it's a good move. It looks like it'll pin anybody, I guess. That's kind of cool. I like his finishing move. Well, it's one of his finishing moves. Coffin drop and the Last Supper. So MJF's music hits and business picks up, right?
Absolutely.
So I mean, they had teased during the match that he's supposed to appear. They didn't say when or for how long or for what. They just said he had to come today. But right. So he comes in now and he has a promo battle with Darby. So they're doing it with all of them basically. At first we thought looked like the match was going to be with Jungle Boy, but now he's
right. He's working a program with all of them.
Yeah. So the promo, okay, they discussed the match they had at Full Gear, which I agree with MJF was one of the best, most tight matches I've ever seen. One of the most perfect matches I've ever seen. So I will agree with him there. There were some insults, thrown Darby's way, like usual, and Darby goes back at him with that he needs therapy and things like that. That he needs to worry about others, he says, and again, just like Jungle Boy, he won't lower his morals, just to be. Mm-hmm. The man, and MJF says you got to do what you got to do to make it to the top in wrestling, and he calls Darby gutless for not doing that, and then he says he doesn't give a shit if he ends up alone or in hell, right? He just wants to keep being champion, and he says he's gonna be the GOAT. Okay, that's first time that he's actually officially said that, and. He says he's going to be the GOAT, and Darby's just going to be known as Sting's B word. Okay.
Right.
And enter Sting. Right? Okay, so this is pretty good. So Sting and MJF for the first time together. I don't think they've had a moment, and Sting comes in and pulls out the pom-poms, right? And throws them at MJF. Kind of makes him look like a little kid here, which is kind of funny, because... Mm-hmm. In a way, MJF is the man right now in wrestling, but Sting is the man, like, for real. You know what I mean? What do you think of this? Did you get a kick out of this segment with Sting and MJF? That was kind of fun, I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good for the most part. I thought it was, again, I don't know what it is. I think MJF is bringing the most out of these guys promo-wise. I think Jungle Boy has been improving. Darby, who was a mute before, now has been talking the last couple of weeks when he's been on, and doing pretty well, I would say. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was not bad. Definitely the best he can do, and definitely the best he's ever done the last couple of weeks, these whole things with MJF. So, I liked it. And Sting, of course, was funny. And then, he talked about, we mentioned basically his career, basically did a, all of his characters talked about how he was in the Wolfpack. Mentioned mentioned Scott Hall, mentioned Kevin Nash, mentioned how Ric Flair got him over and all that stuff. And, I'm sure you have more to say about maybe that or just in general.
Oh, he
how much you
mentioned
like.
Joker Sting too from TNA. I popped for that.
That's right.
Yeah, I like that he
Yeah,
thinks that's a significant part of his career. I did too. I think that was a great part of his career. I love that era of TNA. I think we were
right,
back when we were still watching. But
right.
so basically all the faces are saying the same thing. They're saying they don't want to stoop to MJF's level, and they'd rather not. And MJF, in the end, he spits on Darby Allin's face and runs out of the ring. And that was
Yes, yes.
basically the end. Low,
Yeah, it
low,
was.
low life that he is, huh?
Yeah, right. Getting some good heel heat, spitting. I mean, that's like the most disrespectful thing, right? You could do spit in someone's face for that you're kind of going to be feuding with or fighting with or whatever. So I thought that was good. Overall, I thought it was the best part of the show for sure. I mean, it was. I don't have anything negative to say about it. For the most part, I liked it. I liked it. I don't know though who you should be feuding with. I guess of those guys, I prefer. I guess I prefer Darby. Just because they've had that match before, and I think there's more you could do with him and stuff like that. He's just a little bit more interesting as a character. He might be little, but they're all pretty little, so I don't think that matters. So I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
Yeah, me too. Again, so they got rid of the good stuff to us, the MJF title picture stuff early on, and now we got the rest of the show, right?
Right.
We might as well stop our podcast right now. We're at 12 minutes. Like, but for completeness sake, I guess we'll go through the rest of it, huh? I mean,
Yeah. We might as well. Let's just do it.
okay.
To me, you're right. The show probably ended right there. That could have been like one of those things where the promo ends the show in the WWE show, but no. Here we still got more than an hour worth of wrestling to go, and I put that in quotations because it's.
Yeah, they should have probably
Not sure
been building
that's actually
up to this. Like, they should have done all the other stuff and then talking about, like, Darby and MJF might have a confrontation at the end of the night. And people will stick around for that, you know? I guess.
Yeah.
Other than just, but they can formulate their show in a way where they can do the better stuff at the end and not assume that everyone's just going to drop out if they, tease things properly like the old days. And wrestling's all about the tease, so I think that's something AEW lacks, and they don't tease good. But anyways, fine. Let's move on. Let's roll through the rest of the show real quick. Let's see how fast we could do this. We got
Let's do it.
Hobbs, Powerhouse Hobbs against some jobber guy named Silas Young, and Hobbs is
Right.
with QTV, and immediately I said crap because I thought maybe they might have abandoned that, but nope, all those guys are with them. And
Yep.
there was a sign in the crowd that I thought was hilarious. The sign said, "Stop trying to make QT happen."
I didn't see that.
The same guy.
That's about right.
The same guy also had another sign that said, "QTV is a stupid idea by bad creative." So.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I got that.
I mean,
right
took
on.
the words right out of our mouth.
Yeah.
Took the words right out of there. I mean, what more can we add to that? That basically speaks for itself, right? That's basically it.
Yeah, got it right on TV up in the front row, or like the 10th row, wherever he was up. And anyway, so yeah, we don't have to say anything. Hobbs ends up winning, and then Wardlow. They show Wardlow's in the parking lot, and he's fucking up Hobbs's car, which is the receipt for them stealing his belt, right, and his wallet and everything. And
I mean, this was so stupid. He's destroying this car. There's no other car in this parking lot. It's the only car by itself. There's a little not a what do they call those? Those I don't know. There's like a security guy. Valet. Yeah, I guess it's valet, and he's guarding it. But he runs away as soon as he sees Wardlow, and Wardlow just crushes it with everything. Like he has to just destroy it. I mean, he gets on the forklift and he destroys it. I mean, it's just one of the stupidest, fakest. It's something that they've seen from like the Attitude Era, and they're running with that and they think it's a cool thing to do. But it's looked so fake here. At least with WWE, it looks real or it looks realistic enough. Here, it just looks stupid because it's the one car in the one parking lot.
Yeah, he has the whole
It's like
parking lot for himself, I guess.
it's ridiculous. It's stupid. Come on, nobody. It's obviously the most fake-looking thing of all time. I mean, it's just dumb. I mean, that's a class, but that's the usual with AEW. They can't make anything look even slightly legitimate, and this looks so stupid.
Well, here's my issue with it, because they're just looking at the screen, pissed off, like, God,
Yeah.
how could he do this? And then like later on, when what was Hobbs he was getting ready to powerbomb the guy, I guess, right through the table on the outside just to be an asshole, and then Wardlow like shows up on the entrance ramp. So Wardlow came from the parking lot to the entrance ramp in like less than a minute.
Oh, yeah.
So Hobbs could have went to the back and, in less than a minute and stopped him, or at least got in his face for what he was doing to his car. Instead he just, was just throwing a tantrum on the entrance ramp. But okay. So then
Yeah.
So yeah, I know there's a lot of logical holes in AEW that we like to point out, I guess. So I'm trying to enjoy it here. I'm trying to enjoy it, but
Hey, I'm watching it and I'm taking notes. I actually took notes on this one this time. Not great notes, but notes. I mean, it's a little bit like some sort of torture, like you would, But I'm doing it.
Yeah, this is for historical purposes. So people look back and
Yeah.
maybe like see what people actually thought of this. But okay, so Wardlow comes in. They have a big ass pull apart, and they beat up the whole locker room basically. And then Wardlow powerbombs Aaron Solo onto the floor. It looked kind of bad. It looked like one of those Anna Jay bumps, right? That.
Oh my! He botched. He missed. He missed. He missed one of the tables. The guy landed right on his head. Could have probably broken his neck. He didn't. Well, I don't know. I didn't read it. I mean, for all I know, he didn't. But yeah, it was not good. He missed one of the tables, and that's just careless. And for what? For what's? Why even? Again, they can't even. They're doing all these spots on these shows. Nobody's gonna remember this segment ever. And imagine breaking your neck, or I mean, in this case, it didn't happen on something like this because nobody's gonna ever remember this segment a week from now or at any point. So, but anyways, yes.
All right. Let me take a break here. Let me reset the memory card,
Yeah.
and we'll go on with the show. All right, we're back. Yeah. I think it's somewhat of a success that we got 31 views last week. I didn't promote the show at all. I haven't been posting it anywhere really. I've been meaning to, but I kind of just posted it on YouTube, and someone just found it. Someone clicked on our faces. So.
Yeah, these mugs.
Yeah, maybe they thought they were actually gonna see AEW Dynamite, and unfortunately, it was just us talking about it.
Come on, I'd rather watch us, to be honest, but that's just me.
Well,
I'd rather watch. Yeah.
For a while, I was listening to Jim Cornette, talk about WWE and not actually watching WWE because I thought it was better, because I didn't really need to watch it. But
That's true.
Anyways, let's move on with our AEW Dynamite review. We got backstage pre-tape Jay White and Juice. I hate these backstage pre-tapes that are like done probably last week, and they, in the back, in the garage next to the garbage cans and stuff. Like, ugh. I don't know. Okay, they're back. They're Bullet Club 2.0 or whatever the heck they're called. I don't care, honestly.
Something about golden. Something golden.
Yeah,
Club,
Bullet
even
Club
know.
Gold version. They're better than the ones with AJ Styles and Finn Balor and all that.
Yeah, they're like the Pokemon Gold game or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the elite. This is the elite version of the Bullet Club, I guess. But nobody. Okay, I'm not gonna say nobody cares. I don't care about this even in the slightest. I think I didn't even put it as a note. That's how much I didn't care about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have an issue with them. Kind of using the fame and history people got from working with other companies and just kind of carrying it over without, I'll talk about that more a little later on when we talk about Adam Cole. But for now,
Cool.
for now, let me move on. Let's talk about Buddy Matthews and Orange Cassidy. so it's Buddy Matthews with Julia Hart versus Orange Cassidy for the international title. These two guys were involved in that trios title match a couple weeks ago that the House of Black won. So here they go again for another title. And Orange Cassidy here, he's showing some effort. He's fighting against a big, muscular dude, so at least he's not, pretending like he doesn't care in the beginning, at least. So, he's selling a hand injury today, so let's see what kind of, acting chops that Orange Cassidy has. And then, eventually, like, quickly into the match, the doctor comes in and removes the bandage, and they got to check out if he's okay to continue. So he looks at his hand. He's like, I guess he's okay. And then
how would anyone know the difference?
And then Buddy Matthews immediately comes over and stomps on it. So I guess his hand hurts. His hand hurts, and the doctor can tell by looking at it whether it's okay. So he does look like he's in pain. For once, Orange Cassidy's like, at least he's not like acting like he doesn't give a crap. So I will say that, at least there was some intricate like counters and stuff. That I'll give him a little bit of credit. That they're good at doing certain things here. And eventually though, Orange Cassidy does put his hand in his pockets and takes just a massive kick to the face that he basically no sells because he just comes back, and he starts his comeback, and I guess his hand is okay, right? And look, so this basically either makes Buddy Matthews look like shit, or it makes Orange Cassidy look like Superman. So it looks like,
which one is it?
Yeah, which one is it?
I think it's the Buddy Matthews looks like shit. I actually like Buddy Matthews as he has a good look. He's buff. He looks like a guy that could do some stuff. But losing to, first of all, he beats the crap out of Orange Cassidy the whole match. This guy kicks out of everything. He has Julia Hart, helping him, whatever. He still loses. It's not.
But Orange Cassidy kicks out of everything from everyone, not just Buddy Matthews. Like, he's been made. He beat Adam Cole. He beat Jericho. Right. He's the man. He's like Hogan, He.
I can't.
Well, you gotta look at it this way.
He's a champion of a title that nobody cares about. He's in a group that nobody cares about. I think it's pretty ridiculous, but I think it's really silly. I think his characters, I'm over it. It's good. It's good for a laugh a couple times, but 4 years in, it's pretty stale. And yeah, I think he takes a beating. That's like kind of his thing. He takes a beating, and he still ends up winning the match on a like sort of a weird roll up. Yeah, it makes Matthews look like shit. There's not much else you can say from it. He gets nothing out of it for Matthews, and there's no rub here at all to get. He loses to the guy that's just a clown, and that's it. That's it. You kind of move on.
Man, we have so much Orange Cassidy to watch though on this show that I think you got to start looking at him like you got to start showing him some respect, or else this is gonna feel stupid for years. Because I'm telling you,
it's gonna. If that's what if they're gonna go with him, then yes, they're gonna look stupid for years. Not me. I'm not gonna be looking stupid for years. They are for pushing this character down our throats, who's a joke and makes wrestling a joke and doesn't take. Not even possible that you could even believe in the character or anything like that. There's absolutely nothing to like about it. But it is what it is at this point. It's kind of been talked. We talked about it before about Orange Cassidy, maybe privately, but also maybe on the show, or I don't know. But either way, it's been talked through so much that it's like not even worth mentioning. I know.
I'm getting to the point though where we know for sure that this isn't going away, so we might as well roll with it.
No,
he's the man. He's the man. Okay, He can take a beating from even a guy who's, obviously eating a ton of protein every night and lifting hundreds and hundreds of pounds of weights for hours a day, and take a pounding right to his face and still come back. And so yeah, I mean, okay, if you don't roll with it, this is gonna feel stupid. The crowd chanted, "This was awesome." They were like, "This is awesome," but Vlad thinks this was stupid. I'm gonna say 1.5 stars. I gave him an extra half a star because of the counters and.
I think Buddy Matthews did the best he could with this guy, and I think Buddy Matthews actually is a capable wrestler from what I've seen of him. But all right, I mean, it was what it was, and I don't know how to grade this. I don't think he even deserves a grade. It's a TV match for a joke title and a joke wrestler, so it doesn't deserve a grade.
Listen, Vlad, if you think this is silly, I could do with some silly sometimes. I mean,
oh no.
When I really want to get silly, I invite all my friends over to my house to play Hungry Hungry Hippo. That's right, kids. Hungry Hungry Hippo is back, baby. It's time to stuff your face with Hungry Hungry Hippos who are eating in a race. First one to finish with the most marbles wins. Visit your local thrift shop now and get your hands on Hungry Hungry Hippo. You ever played Hungry Hungry Hippo, Vlad?
Maybe. As a kid, I don't remember. Do they still make that? I mean, where are you going to find? You said this is a sponsor. Are they in business?
Yes, it's the best we could get right now. we only had 31 views last week, so
that is correct.
Hungry
Hippos.
Hungry Hippos. I'll take it. Okay.
Was this also an arcade game, or is this only like a board game, or like something you could only buy? I don't know enough.
It's a board game, man. You push the hippos as fast as you can and try to get as many marbles. So.
Gotcha. Yes, I probably played it as a kid, but yes, amazing that they decided to sponsor us. I thank them.
Hey, Hungry Hungry Hippos. If you sillier than Orange Cassidy, maybe we found something sillier than Orange Cassidy.
Maybe sillier, but still better.
All right. Enough silliness. Back to the show. Let's move along.
which is ironic considering what we're still got left to talk about. I'm looking at some of my notes here. Enough of the silliness. Let's go back to AEW. And you said that with a straight face.
All right, next segment. Moving along. We got a dramatic Luchasaurus and Christian pre-tape that was really short. It was like 5 seconds, so whatever.
Yeah. You know what, my only thing was that is I didn't understand what he was talking about. He said something about some things have changed, and that's all he said. And then I'm like, what has changed? They look the same. It looks identical. I guess. What is he talking about? Well, whatever. I just said, whatever. Whatever he's talking about, we'll figure it out someday.
Good point, Vlad. Good point. Yeah, I didn't even care enough to write that down. I was like, man, this was nothing. I mean, they did the same thing last week. I don't know. Yeah. Moving on, Rene is backstage with Orange Cassidy, who just had been through an easy match with Buddy Matthews, and he's with the Best Friends, and the Best Friends won a title match with the Japanese Tag Team Champions, Aussie Open.
Was that what they said? Oh my god, I didn't even catch that. I think I forwarded
IWGP, so that's going to happen on Rampage, and so they're going to fly in from Japan for that marquee matchup.
Great.
All right. Anyways, so Ethan.
I got nothing on that. If you were looking for me to say something, I got nothing. I don't know what. I don't know who's who, and I don't know what title's being defended, and I'm not sure.
Aussie Open. They're with Will Ospreay. They're a group.
That's right.
And I guess they're okay. Yeah. I don't know about Best Friends, whatever. Chuck Taylor.
Yeah, they're defending another title. It's not. How many titles need to be defended in this company?
Chuck Taylor makes me think I could be a wrestler, because I'm not in that great shape. I got a little bit of a belly, so if he could do it, maybe I should hit up one of these companies, see what I could.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. I'm with you. Chuck Taylor gives everyone hope.
Anyways, moving on. We got Ethan Page. Oh god, this segment. Ethan Page is in the
Oh
ring,
my god.
cutting a promo. Again,
Yeah.
he's a capable talker, man. He's kind of cool. I think he sounds funny. But this whole story, the firm, and Matt Hardy turning on them last week, and Ethan Page says he wants to know
No, man.
why.
Oh my god.
And Matt Hardy comes out and says there was a contract that nobody read that if Hook won against Ethan Page, then they would be released from their contract with the firm. And I don't know. I mean, these guys are all doing their best with this lame angle, honestly. At least they went out there and said their lines all right, but this angle's so bad.
Yeah.
And then
I have the. I'll only say this. Then. Well, okay. I'll let you. Continue. I'll let
so
you
the rest of the
what
firm
happened.
come in and jump Matt
Right.
Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy. Hook tries to make the save, and then the firm overtake even Hook, and they start whooping him. And I thought it was funny that Taz is in the commentary watching his son get whooped. Not really acting like it's anything crazy, but okay. And then Jeff Hardy makes his dramatic return, and the crowd popped. He saves the day. He doesn't do the dance this time though. I thought he was gonna, on the entrance ramp do do the dance, but he just ran straight to the ring and actually saved his boys and his brother. So Jeff Hardy's back.
Yeah.
He looks good.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. He threw some chairs in somebody's head, and then. But I hopefully he got a pretty good pop. People were excited to see him, and hopefully he can stay clean. I wish him well. I hope he does well, and I kind of liked him, in the past, and despite his problems and his issues and stuff like that, and despite his taking crazy spots for no reason sometimes, but yes, hopefully he can stay clean and this amounts to something.
I don't think they'll give him anything really important to do. They'll probably just want to see if he can stay clean, like you said, and
Right.
I don't know. I mean, he'll probably just be in some lame angles or random matches.
Well,
Yeah.
he'll be in this. This is one of the lamest angles in the history of wrestling, possibly.
God.
So, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a bad it's a bad trend that I'm seeing a lot of angles on this show that I'm not really into, except for the MJF stuff. But
Right.
let's move on again. So we got a review of the Blackpool Combat Club beating people up for weeks. Don Callis actually showed his big gash on his head, right? Did you see that? I was like, damn.
Yes,
That
I did.
actually
Yeah,
happened
that was.
in a backstage pre-tape. Like, they hit him by accident. What the fuck? I guess Moxley.
I actually don't.
I think Moxley nailed him. I didn't, but it wasn't even on camera. It was like behind. They didn't even catch it on camera. But okay. So then we go to Kenny Omega. He had a pre-tape, and he says that they messed with his family. Don Callis is his family, and he wants to do something worse than blood for blood. And I wrote down here, enter joke here. Worse than blood for blood, like a baby oil match, maybe, or is that worse than blood for blood? I don't know. What you enter your joke, whatever you want to put in there, but okay. So he wants revenge. They're gonna come for revenge.
Yeah, I honestly didn't pay that close attention to what he was saying. I know it was something about the Blackpool group over there. But he would say, "Yeah, I got that." That he wants revenge, and he's pissed off at what happened to his guys and all that stuff. But I have a hard time getting myself pumped up for this, and it's Omega talking and then trying to be serious. Not his strong suit at all. That's not where he excels. And don't ask me where he does excel, because that's not a conversation we're having either. But okay.
All right. Well, let's before we move on, let me take one quick break. We'll be right back.
Sure.
All right, and we're back. So after the Kenny Omega promo, we got Blackpool Combat Club are going to be in a match against the Elite, Michael Nakazawa and Brandon Cutler. So, okay, obviously, I know we're going to say the same thing, that this match didn't really do the Blackpool Combat Club any favors. It was pretty long, and Nakazawa got color. He's in his dress pants for some reason. He didn't wear like wrestling clothes or anything.
God,
So,
help us.
and he actually fights back, and Claudio sold for him for Nakazawa. So I wrote here, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous that it's not a squash. Why?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and
Well, I just wrote when they announced this match. I said, "Why, Lord, why?" That's all. I said, "Why is this happening? Why would this be a match that they would show on their television?" I don't understand. On their prime time show, you know.
well, I get it. I mean, these guys are in the elite, so okay, fine. But
Well, yeah. I mean, nothing
I-
says elite like Cutler and Nakazawa.
well, they have squash. I mean, it's okay to have some squash matches against some jobbers, but this wasn't a squash.
Sure.
They actually like fought.
No, this went on, and there was blood, and there was gore, and there was fighting, and then
Eventually
I guess,
they stopped the
yeah.
match. Rick Knox, he said,
Yeah.
these guys have taken enough damage, they're gonna die. So he stops the fight. Although they
Good.
fought valiantly for the elite. They
They
were
did.
on the brink of
They did.
death, and Rick Knox stops the match. And then Kenny Omega comes in. So I wrote down he's here, and he let his boys get, splattered with blood.
What?
And then
I mean,
and
it
then the
made
Young
no
Bucks
sense.
are
I thought you.
they're all here. They were all there. What the fuck?
So he cut this promo about all this. I guess that was done before. He's actually in the building. His guys are getting killed. He doesn't show up there. These two job guys of his two friends are getting destroyed.
They don't care
The Young
about
Bucks
them.
are also.
Maybe that's the
They
running
don't
gag
care.
with them, that they don't care about those two guys. I don't know. Maybe that makes
Yeah.
maybe that makes sense if you watch being the elite or whatever. I don't know, but okay. I know they mistreat that guy Cutler.
So, right, whatever, who cares? But no, I was going to say that right then, right, you said the Young Bucks could come in, they try to take them on, Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler. Then I also wrote down, where's Danielson? Because isn't he now their de facto leader? And then, of course, I also wrote down another screwdriver is going to try to be used. I mean, can we stop with the screwdrivers, for God's sakes? They can never, nothing that they do makes it look real. Just no more screwdrivers, for God's sakes. No more
Yeah. I don't.
making the business look ridiculous.
Yeah, they milked it too long. They were gonna screwdriver Moxley's head, but he's milking it for a minute, and then when he goes to attack him, he like way overshoots him, so it didn't even look like he was trying to actually hit him. It looked bad. Yeah.
I'm amazed Moxley didn't want to get some blood there. He's usually wants to give up a pint of blood every week. He wants to bleed, man.
I
I
don't know.
want to bleed.
He did sell for the elite though. They were pounding him in the corner, and he was like,
Oh yeah, good. I mean, I guess let me ask you this. Usually you ask me the questions. I mean, do you have any liking for this feud, the Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite? Do you
No.
have any?
No, I don't. No, I don't because the elite. I'm just not into anything the elite do. Basically, I'm not saying that because I don't like them. I'm saying that just because nothing they do turns out to be any good.
Right.
That's about it, man. I mean, every time
But I mean, from what you've seen, this is going to be more of the same of that, right? I mean, there's nothing that you've seen in this specific feud that looks good.
Oh
so
God.
far.
I mean, it looks like the Blackpool Combat guys they're gonna roll with it. They're gonna try their best to sell for these guys, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good when Moxley and Claudio, the Ring of Honor champion and the former AEW WWE champion, are selling for the Young Bucks. I don't know, man. No, it doesn't look good to me. But
I don't think it was. Did they mention where Danielson was, or was that not even mentioned?
No,
did anybody mention,
you're right.
where the guy
Honestly,
that...
I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it. I don't know why. But
Okay, great. And nobody, I didn't hear anybody mention it, so I was wondering if I missed it, because I do forward a lot through the show, and I may have missed somebody say Danielson's out, or I don't know. God knows.
I don't know. Okay, moving along.
Yep.
Mogul Embassy promo. Okay, so here's Strickland again. He lost today. He lost clean, and he's trying to put himself over, which is difficult.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue. If you
I had no idea what the hell he was even talking about, bro. I have to be honest. He was saying like how he was this and he was that. And he was. I'm like, did I dream? Did he not? Did he lose? Did he
Yeah,
just lose his match?
exactly. This is something AEW do a lot. If you want to make him have a promo where he's going to put himself over, fine. But at least let him beat a jobber earlier in the night to make him look good. You know,
Yeah.
he lost.
Yeah.
And then he's doing his best here. He's trying to get himself over with the situation he's given. It's Tony Khan's booking. That's the issue. But
Right.
so
I agree.
So then he teases that he has some unfinished business with somebody that he's gonna try to get into it with, which comes along later in the show. Again, we'll get to that later. Let's go with this one. We got Riho and Sky Blue versus Ruby Soho and Toni Storm with Soraya, the Outcasts. Which had
Now, is her name Sky Blue or Blue Sky? Because I like Blue Sky better.
No, her name is Sky
I wrote
Blue.
as Blue Sky.
Sky Blue.
Well, I tell you,
Get it?
the only thing that I got out of this match, get it together. Yeah, get it. I'm supposed to remember Sky Blue or Blue Sky or whatever Sky.
Hey,
or
man.
Fire and Rain.
She's doing all right, you know.
Oh yeah. They're all doing great. They're all doing.
They all look
They're
good.
all doing wonderful
You know,
work.
they all got a good look.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, yes, I will agree with that. You got me there. I won't argue that point. They do look good.
Yes. So this match had a lot of build for multiple weeks. You know, they've been teasing this match, and finally it came. It kind of fell flat to me. I thought for all the.
Wait, this match has had multiple weeks of build.
Well, yeah, they were gonna spray paint, Sky Blue and Willow, and Riho comes out with the pipe.
The pipe that's bigger than she. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that happened like 2-3 times, and Jamie Hayter is involved in all this. So yeah, they've been. This has been the angle. This has been the women's division angle.
Yeah, but I mean, this is all they do consistently. Like this is like it's a repetitive thing. What are they called?
The Outcasts.
The Outcast. Yeah, the Outcast. They spray paint somebody. Jamie Hayter comes out real quick. I mean, I'm gonna skip to the end of this thing because who cares, right? I mean, does anybody care about who won this match? I mean, you could assume that the Outcast. Let's just go with that. So they come out. They're beating up on Riho, about to spray paint her, and then out comes Jamie Hayter again, and she's because it's still round one. And out comes what's her face?
Britt Baker.
Oh, Britt Baker. Britt Baker comes out, right? And she clears. And I think she clears the ring. Britt Baker, right? Yes.
Yeah. So Jamie Hayter, she comes in by herself. I'm like, yeah, why don't her and Britt Baker come out together? They had to come out separately for some reason. It was an awful afterbirth.
Are they not a team anymore? I don't understand it.
They are a team, but I guess they wanted like separate entrances. So for some reason, like Jamie Hayter went in to save the day. She couldn't get it done. Then Britt.
But I guess my point is, just to make it clear, because maybe I didn't make it clear. My point is they keep doing the same thing, like these run-ins, and then they come in after the match, and everybody's saving the day, and it's just repetitive. It's like, okay, we get it. Just what is happening in the story, and why should any of us care?
Well, WWE do the same thing. They beat our head, with the same angle multiple weeks after week after week.
Well, yeah, yes, there's some.
I guess maybe they assume people
that you care about.
Sorry about that.
What happened?
I was No, I'm talking over you. My bad. I'm rude.
Oh no. No.
I mean, I guess in wrestling, sometimes you don't assume that people are watching week after week after week, so you kind of repeat some angles. But yeah, I agree with you. For the people who are watching this, which most AEW fans are weekly watchers at this point, so
yeah,
it is kind of repetitive. I don't know where it's going, to be honest. Maybe blood and guts.
It's going nowhere. blood and guts. Oh my God!
Yeah.
With these women.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What a disaster!
Riho, Sky Blue, and Willow Nightingale against.
Oh my God! My God!
And Jamie Hayter against Ruby, Toni Storm, and Soraya.
Oh my God, man.
No, I don't.
I don't think.
I don't know where it's going. They're trying. Soraya's trying. You know, they're all trying to stay in shape here. They all look good, but I don't know what
Yeah.
I don't know what the
Looks wise, it has nothing to do with it. It's the
I
whole
know
wrestling aspect of things that's confounding them so
that's
far.
the only thing I could positive come up with as a positive for this.
They look good. They look good. Hey, ladies, you look good out there.
Tony Khan.
Yeah, exactly. That's my Tony Khan impression. Ladies, great job. You look good.
Oh man! All right, let me take one last break, change the battery on this camera I got, and we'll talk about the main event: Chris Jericho versus Keith Lee. All right, we're back. We got the main event here. It's Chris Jericho versus Keith Lee, which was built up from that promo from last week that Chris Jericho had, and Keith Lee interrupted him and said he was going to teach him respect, right, in the name of Adam Cole
Yes.
and the old feud they had on NXT. Adam Cole and Keith Lee, so they know each other, I guess. They got mutual respect, even though they used to be rivals. So,
Whatever.
so Keith Lee, hold that thought. I'll get back to that, okay? Keith Lee comes in a wizard robe, kind of like a big giant. He looks like a wizard. I thought Chris Jericho was the wizard, but okay. I don't know if you saw that. I thought it looked cool,
No.
but okay. You didn't see the robe he came in. Anyways, so let's go to the match. Slow progressing match. Very not much intensity at the start, I thought, but I don't know if you caught the kiss on the forehead. Keith Lee got Jericho on the floor. Jericho got up, and then Keith Lee kissed him right on the forehead. Did you see that? No.
Oh my god! Why did he kiss him on the foot? You know what? I you know at this point in the show, I was kind of trying to forward towards the last commercial break because I did not. I know I wouldn't care for this match. I wouldn't care anything about it. So, I did not see the kiss on the forehead. But can you explain what led Keith Lee to kiss Chris Jericho's forehead?
In the beginning, he was the bigger guy, right? So he was muscling him around, and he kind of, I forgot what he did, but he kind of suplexed him or something, and then Jericho was getting up, and he just kissed him on the forehead like he's kissing a baby. And Taz said that's one way to get into your opponent's head.
Yes, I agree. It's a very unique way of getting into your opponent's head. I've never seen that done before.
I don't think I have either, but I didn't really like it, honestly. It kind of made it. I don't know. So, a lot of interference in this match from Daniel Garcia, and
Right.
that gives Jericho the advantage. The only way it makes sense for him to get the advantage, because Keith Lee way towers over him. He looks a lot huger, and then it's a lot of interference to this one. I wrote here Audrey is clueless. I mean, same like earlier in the night. They're not coordinating well. Daniel Garcia comes to interfere, and she's looking right at him. She was supposed to turn around or something, and she forgot to, and there he is looking at him. So we gotta cut him some slack here on this one. I don't think we really do, to be honest. They've been working for years now on national TV. They should be a little more crisp with these interference spots, in my opinion. But Keith Lee caught Chris Jericho on the code breaker, which was pretty damn impressive that someone could catch Chris Jericho in thin air, but out of the air, snatch him out of the air, and he turned it into a power bomb. So that's impressive. So I'll automatically give the match an extra half a star for on top of whatever star rating I was gonna give it because of that spot. I thought that was.
You were going to give it a 1, so now it's a 1.5. Got it.
2 stars. I gave this match 2 stars, but
2 stars.
I didn't really think this was a great match. But anyway, so the final interference leads to Swerve's interference, which was
this I saw.
Which is what he was talking about the whole time, that he's gonna interfere, get back at somebody. I guess these guys had a little history before. They were tag team for like a month.
Yeah.
Right. So they've got major history together here.
Well, they were the tag team champions, I believe.
They were, but it wasn't for that long, and they weren't even together for that long.
But didn't they have the history where he where Swerve landed, like he put the brick on him, and then he landed and crushed him with the brick on top of him or something. I mean,
Did
it
he?
happened not that
So
long
he
ago.
so he didn't get back at him after all that. He still wants to get back at him. I don't know. I mean, I wrote here
But
that
nobody. I don't know either. I know they had something that happened at Rampage when Keith Lee came back, but I don't know. I guess this is the. I guess the story is still going, and I don't know what the story is. And obviously, I don't care. This is Rampage stuff that should be on Rampage, not on the main event of their show.
I I wrote here that this could have at least meant a little more if Swerve didn't lose earlier in the night. If they made him look a little meaningful, and maybe it could have meant something. But it looked. I didn't care about it. He goes into the crowd.
No.
Excalibur's like, oh, it's Swerve Strickland. Oh, okay, good for them. They're gonna fight, whatever. I guess.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Not into that angle. Not into anything really Chris Jericho ever. Chris Jericho has been Young Buck status to me. I mean, I haven't really been enjoying much that he's put out there. So
No.
a lot of angles.
He hasn't been part of anything good. No.
So then Adam Cole comes out and he escorts Keith Lee to the back, and he gives Jericho the same dramatic look that Jericho gave him last week.
Yeah.
So overall, I'm not into this angle. This is for Adam Cole marks, for the people who thinks like he deserves a push with, you know.
You're right. I don't know. I'm split on whether I think he deserves a push. I mean, I don't think he deserves a push, but I almost split on liking him in some of his previous work, but not here. Nothing that he's done here has been good in the AEW.
Well, look, let me tell you something, Vlad. I was doing some research earlier today about this because I was at work, and so look, there was a big hole where you and me stopped watching wrestling, right? Somewhere around 2014, something like that, when TNA really went downhill, and we were TNA fans.
Yeah.
And WWE started getting stale again, and we kind of just left, and we came back at 2019, right? Kind of when AEW came back. So
basically.
So in between that, there was this really big NXT Revolution thing with Triple H booking, and he got all the indie wrestlers, and Adam Cole was a part of this, and a lot of the indie fans are like they love this period of wrestling. Like it seems like a lot of the AEW fans are these type of fans who were watching during this period, and Adam Cole. I saw a match in 2019 with on Raw with Seth Rollins against Adam Cole for the NXT title. It was on Raw, and Triple H Triple H. He brings Adam Cole out like, this is my guy. These NXT guys are all my guys, right? So he was trying to put them all over. He gave them a lot of attention, and it looked like that period of NXT actually was good because it was indie wrestling, but it was booked by Triple H, so it made sense.
Exactly.
When there were swerves, when there were turns, it looked meaningful. Sure. The crowds were really hot for it. Like there was a moment where Roderick Strong turned on Pete Dunne to join the Undisputed Era, and everyone tripped out. And my issue here, the point I want to make is that I think Tony Khan does this thing where he just pulls characters from another show, and he just continues their storyline. He assumes everyone saw all of it, and he's just going to continue from there, like he did with CM Punk. He assumed everyone knew who Punk was, and he just sent him out there to cut a lame promo. Like if you had never seen CM Punk before, and that was the first thing you ever saw, it would have been like, who cares, right? It's not the way to introduce somebody in a new company. You have to introduce them you have to assume no one's seen them before, that they've never seen this person. That's what I think is the issue here, because the way you can do it, you could make someone attack someone. Like say there's a match, and then he comes in and he attacks this guy, and it's like, oh crap, he's beating him down, that's something. At least it's like, okay, so here's this guy, He means business. He wants to fight. It's something. But, I mean, Tony Khan pulls people from the NXT days, from WWE, and he relies on their clout from back then, even though some people may have not seen it at all. And
Right.
that's an issue to me. Because the Mark fans are going nuts. They remember all of it. They remember every Adam Cole title match. They remember him against Matt Riddle. They remember him against, freaking, I think he had a thing with Drew McIntyre when Drew McIntyre was on NXT. Undisputed Era and Drew McIntyre had a little beef. So there was a lot there. And then there was even one year when NXT was so over that you remember they entered into Survivor Series. So it was Raw and SmackDown and NXT. So Adam Cole was the leader.
I definitely wasn't watching.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Tony Khan considers it a coup that he got this guy Adam Cole. I mean, from what we've seen, if you've never seen any of that, the only thing we've seen from him in AEW is that he can talk, he speaks English, and he speaks English.
You could say he's well spoken.
He's well spoken. He speaks clearly. And he lost to Orange Cassidy, and then he got injured at Forbidden Door. That's all we got, But the clout they give him is based on all this previous stuff that you and I kind of just missed. So right. I don't know if that makes us like uneducated enough to really discuss AEW, but I really think it's AEW's fault for not reintroducing characters and assuming that maybe some people haven't seen these people before. And
well, no, in Adam Cole's case, specifically in Adam Cole's case, if they're gonna, why didn't they bring him in and strong right away? Why did they make him like in the secondary story with Orange Cassidy that he had to lose, and he did lose to him, and then of course he was in Forbidden Door. Like who really watched Forbidden Door, for God's sakes?
All the AEW fans, they loved it. Our friend Robert, he watched it, he was like, oh my god, it was so awesome. There was just a bunch of 5-star matches to everybody, right?
Whatever. 5-star matches. Yeah. But anyways, I think my point is, in his case, yes, they could have brought him in stronger, and then maybe it wouldn't have mattered what he did in NXT, because now he's here and he's doing good things and he's doing big things. But that didn't happen. And now they're trying something with him, I guess. But I mean, he's working with Jericho, and anything Jericho touches is crap, to say it nicely. So I don't think it's going to really go anywhere. I mean, if he's lucky, he'll get to work with MJF. But I mean, I don't know how much I want that. I really don't really know if I want that. I actually prefer that he works with one of the pillars, or whatever, one of those 3 guys out, instead of Cole. But whatever, I guess we'll see what they do with him. But I agree with you. It is a booking issue. It's the way Tony Khan presents his show, and presents some of these people, and there's no rhyme or reason to a lot of it. Like stuff that was presented last week might have nothing to do with what's presented this week, and so on and so on and so on. So it's whatever.
Well, I'm willing to see Adam Cole, man, but I think they need to show us something here in AEW and not rely on his past,
well, yes,
clout from another company. Like, I don't think that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Make him famous here. Don't rely on what he did in another company. And so that's my biggest issue here. But we'll give it a look. We'll see what happens. Overall, like I said, I told you earlier, I was desperate for a good show. I need some good entertainment, but I got a little bit.
But I think hold on. You were cutting off for a second, but I think we're good.
Yeah,
you're good now. We're
almost done with the show. We had some technical difficulties. We'll try to clear it up next week. But so overall, because I only really enjoyed MJF and Sting, I'm gonna give the show a C- for the rest of it.
Yeah, I think I gave it a C- last week. I guess, yeah. I think it's fair that I give it another C-. I don't think it's any worse or any better than the show. I think MJF. Well, actually, no. Last week it didn't even have MJF, right? Minus. Okay.
No, last week had MJF.
Okay.
It was
Just for the
MJF
MJF
Day.
factor, oh, it did. Oh, that was last week. Okay, there was an episode where he wasn't there at all. I forgot. You're right. That was MJF Day. So that one was. So he was there. Okay. C minus. Yeah, let's leave it at C minus. That's fine. I think that's a fair grade.
All right then. Well, I hope we come back and do it again next week.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I enjoy the discussion. Even when the show sucks, I enjoy the discussion. But you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, I always enjoy talking about wrestling and hopefully ways to that it can be improved. But AEW, it seems like it's not worth doing because it's just going to be what it's going to be, and you just gotta either love it or leave it type of thing,
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go watch Star Trek Picard, I guess, after I edit this show and put it online. You saw it? Did you like it?
I did, yes. I like Picard. I had some, when you watch it, or you haven't watched it yet, right?
No, I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about it tomorrow. I liked it, but I have some criticisms and some complaints. But overall, I did enjoy those.
All right then. All right. Till next week, we'll talk about AEW again.
Maybe.
Or else I might have to replace you. I gotta find someone else.
Exactly. Somebody that's willing to do this.
All right then, man. Have a good night.
All right.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Take care.